Hello YouTube! Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you don't know, I am a 15-year-old trans girl who is apparently an influencer. But if you don't believe me, take it from Buck Angel himself.
Influencer.
I'm going to be reacting to his reaction of my reaction reacting to him and Blair. Infinite content glitch. I've also been told that my bed with all the squishmallows is too immature. I will not be sitting with the squishmallows. Sorry.
Should not be on the internet influencing other young people to be trans.
You cannot influence a cisgendered person into being trans. It doesn't work like that.
And I'm going to push back on this young child and what they have to say.
I'm 15 years old. Like, sure, maybe I'm young, but child? Like, do you really need to keep calling me a child? Maybe as an older person, teens seem like children. But I wouldn't just go around and call you old man.
There are statistics that show if your kid transitions, they are less likely to self-eliminate.
Oh, really? Where are those statistics? I'd like to see them because they're not being shown. That's not a fact.
I had this whole section where I apologized for just thinking I made up statistics or whatever, but I knew I had heard this somewhere, so I thought, you know what, I'll Google it because I'm pretty sure I'm right. It turns out I was right. Youth who transition have a lower suicide rate than youth who do not transition. Mind-blowing. It's crazy that a trans content creator so invested in this space and so against youth transitioning just overlooks a study like this. Like, come on.
My parents have never been told that I would kill myself if they don't allow me to go on medicine.
But that's you. This is your story.
Okay, but it also hasn't happened to anyone that I know who has been transitioning. None of my trans friends have been told this same narrative. It's Canada. Maybe it's different than America. I don't have any firsthand experience in America. So my intention with this statement is that it's not like the most common thing ever that every parent is being told that their kid will self-eliminate if they don't transition, because in my experience and my friends' experiences, this has not happened to them.
Lupron is temporary, which means if you stop taking it, you are no longer sterile.
I'm so sad for this young person. They don't even know what they're putting in their body.
I went in for my gender clinic appointment to do my informed consent, and I failed the informed consent. I had to book another appointment another day and have this memorized. So it wasn't just like I know nothing about this. The informed consent was actually like way too much. So no, I do have a really well-rounded understanding of what I am putting in my body, and rightfully so.
You cannot, first off, pause puberty. This is a fact. Okay, you stop puberty.
Sorry for using the word pause here. Was that the wrong word? Maybe you stop? Then we can start it again.
So wherever you stopped your puberty, it stopped. You're never getting that back again, number one.
If you stop taking blockers, you will resume the puberty of your sex. If I were to stop taking Lupron right now and HRT, my voice would deepen, I would develop facial hair, I would continue puberty where I left off. These drugs aren't permanent. Otherwise, I wouldn't be getting a Lupron shot every 3 months.
Number two, the long-term effects of this medication. I have interviewed a lot of people, adults and young people who took this. The damage to their bodies is irreversible.
Chat, I am back again because I was right the first time and then I folded too easily when I was criticized. Puberty blockers cause absolutely no physical long-term changes. Permanent. See that word permanent? They don't cause that. Second is that, see the word they use here? They use the word pause. They don't use the word stop. They use the word pause because once you get off them, puberty resumes normally.
It also has a side effect of stopping you from having sex drive. It has two good uses.
So see, this person is already saying they don't even want a sex drive. What? How can a 12 or 15-year-old even say that when they don't even understand what that means because they haven't even started that understanding?
Maybe we're getting a little bit confused a bit here. I did not start puberty blockers before Tanner phase 2 or at Tanner phase 2. I started it a little bit later than that. So I've gone through parts of male puberty already. In my experience, it has not been something that I wanted. And going on Lupron, which stopped that, was very beneficial to me.
Medical professionals give out Lupron because it is the best option. That if it was so bad, there are many alternatives to Lupron that transgender kids can take that stop puberty.
You cannot pause puberty. You are stopping puberty, which is not the same as pausing. This is why this kid has the complete misinformation.
I switched
Grade
to
6.
a different school board and just went by my preferred name and my preferred pronouns.
What if my kid has a attraction towards this young person and then finds out that this person is not really a girl but is actually a biological boy? How would that affect my child?
I do not have to disclose that I'm trans when I meet them. Their attraction is not my problem. It's only my problem when it goes past that point. I would inform them that yes, I am trans and I'm biologically male. To clarify, I don't date.
You are socially transitioned. You're not really a girl, okay? But you're presenting as a girl and telling people you're a girl in 6th grade. And this can cause problems with other students on some level.
Well, I don't see what the problem with the other students is. If I come out to them and I say, I would prefer to go by she, they pronouns, I don't see what the problem is here, other than their personal opinion on the subject. And maybe it's confusing, but to a 6th grader or a 7th grader, not really. It's not that confusing. They got to figure it out. I don't think it's that big of an issue. The plan is basically just never tell them. And I never did tell them. And it's actually not gone too bad for me.
They're telling young people, like, this kind of behavior. I don't know. There's just something about that's extremely disturbing.
I'm not telling other people to do this. I see how it could be taken as, I watched this person, this is what they did, maybe I should do the same. I really don't recommend doing what I did. It worked for me, and it has worked for me. They probably know, but I haven't actually gone out and told them, hey, I'm trans, because I am a very shy, introverted person, and I am not ready to do that. So they were the only one that knew I was trans, and I was the only one that knew that they were a demigirl. We kind of backed each other up.
I'm actually not even sure what a demigirl is, so I'm gonna have to go look that up.
If I'm not mistaken, it's like a girl who somewhat feels like a girl and then somewhat feels like not a girl. I don't know exactly either.
It's one of those kind of like emo or something, I'm assuming.
Oh my God, it is not emo.
See how they're coming out as trans as an identity, not as a disorder, which is what it is.
How do you suppose we're supposed to come out to people? Like, hey, dude, I'm a male who wants to present as a female. People are gonna look at me weird. If I say I'm trans, they'll still look at me weird, just not as weird.
Queer kids. The language. Listen to the language.
I know it's sometimes considered a slur, so I'll avoid using it in this video. I don't say LGBT plus, I say the Q word, because LGBT plus is a lot more syllables. Do people get offended by that? I'm sorry.
You don't see a lot of gay kids. They're all trans kids. No kids are coming out as gay anymore. They're all coming out as trans or queer or non-binary or demi-girls or whatever else all of that stuff is.
My hypothesis is that it's due to the current political climate and the amount of attention trans kids are getting. I don't think it's because there aren't gay kids coming out anymore, because there definitely are way more gay kids, at least that I know and go to my school, than there are trans kids, because I'm the only one. And I was so excited. I was pumped up.
The excitement in all of this is so interesting to me.
And the energy, really, in the moment, I did not have that energy. I was not this pumped up kid, super excited to come out. I was scared so hard. I did put a lot of excitement into this video. I really like making videos. And thus, that kind of gets channeled into how I say, because no, in the moment, I was very scared.
And don't forget what I keep telling you about the study here in Los Angeles, which was not released. And there was a reason it wasn't released, because the outcome of that study did not align with this narrative that trans kids exist.
Just because someone doesn't release a study doesn't mean we can say that the reason it wasn't released is because it would be a negative outcome. Anywho, thank you all so much for watching this video. It really means so much to me. And all my trans teens out there, I support you guys. I love you guys. And we'll just keep fighting for the right to transition.